One after another, they forgave.
You hurt me. You hurt a lot of people. But God forgive you. And I forgive you.
As we said in Bible study, we enjoyed you, but may God have mercy on you.
It was the first time the families were able to confront the confessed shooter just days after the massacre.
That had been something that I had never witnessed, more or less, really went through. And so for me, it was just a pivotal time, not just for our families, but for this country.
Alana Simmons remembers being in the courtroom, listening to others forgive the man who had taken the life of her grandfather, Daniel Simmons.
He was definitely somebody who was about service, but more than that, he was certainly about his faith. I remember you telling me hate won't win. It was just in passing how you said that, and then the next thing I knew, it became like a national movement. Somebody walked into a church and killed 9 people because of the color of their skin. And that hate was so strong, but the love that was displayed in that courtroom was so much stronger. And as cliche as it sounds, hate didn't win.
Love is always stronger than hate. So if we just love the way my mom would, then the hate won't be anywhere close to what love is.
Chris Singleton's mother, Reverend Sharonda Coleman Singleton, was also killed that night. Since then, Chris has leaned on baseball and his teammates for support. Less than a week after burying his mother, he returned to the field.
Well, people were saying that I need to go ahead and do the things I was doing before. It's like a new normal is what they were saying, so baseball was what I was doing before, so I came back out here and gave it a shot.
It's constantly in our minds, so, really hadn't grieved, but I do cry every day.
Anthony Thompson says months later, he is still processing the loss of his wife, Myra.
A smile, expression on her face, complexion, just everything.
Her caring personality revived through the stroke of a paintbrush. And while peace came quickly for some, it's a feeling others are still seeking.
I don't think I was ready to forgive him just quite yet, If my mom was alive, she would have forgave him, but we're still a work in progress.
Of course we're angry.
Yeah,
we're still not over that. You took the most important thing away from us. Sometimes you really get to that moment where you're just sitting and your mind just kind of wanders and you're really wondering, like, wow, this really happened. Like, somebody could really do something like that.
The girls are both star volleyball players, Grayson at Johnson C. Smith and Kaylin at Johnson & Wells. They say it's just not the same without their #1 fan.
She just was definitely always somebody who I could go to and would talk to immediately about my problems. So, now that I don't have that anymore, it's hard, but we're making it.
Personally, myself, I cannot forgive.
Cynthia Hur's 4 brothers are still trying to wrap their heads around the loss 1 year later.
If she was sick, I can knock by a car, yeah. But she was taken away from us. We go put flowers on our parents' grave. Now we put them on our sister, 53 years old.
For now, they find comfort in the aisles of their sister's second home.
The library was her safe haven where she felt the most comfortable at, and so surrounded by books.
You're done grieving when you think about your loved one and a smile comes across your face and not a tear to your eye. I'm looking forward to that day.
We also want to share the story of one of the oldest victims. 70-year-old Ethel Lance was a custodian and usher here at the church, and she never missed a Bible study.
She sure didn't. Now her family is focused on keeping her memory alive by turning their pain into progress.
Najee Washington is no stranger to tragedy.
It was October 29th, 2013.
It was the day Najee Washington lost her mother.
I was actually in class when I got the phone call that she passed away from cancer.
And so your grandmother really stepped up and treated you like her child.
Yes, school, funding, everything. She was helping more before my mom passed. She had planned for me to continue my education and getting my master's. And once I get that, she wanted me to further my education to get my doctorate degree.
Ethel Lance will never witness those dreams she had for her granddaughter, her life ending at the age of 70, one of the 9 victims of last year's tragic shooting.
My good friend, she texted me, and that's when she told me there was a shooting at the church. I called my best friend, Grace. We both went down to the church. The coroner called us into a meeting room and told us that my grandmother was one of the victims. I'll never forget that.
Confusion, anger.
I'm kind of at peace. It made me somewhat happy because it's like now my mom has someone. She has her mother, and it's like now I have 2 angels looking over me.